You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Real World After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Real World After Show.
Hey. Go ahead, Drea. What you got? Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for the Real World Reunion, Season 28, Episode 13. It's your boy, DJ Jesse Janedy, joined in studio by my lovely co-host, Nicolette Gaona.
Gaona. Hello. How y'all doing right now?
Drea Renee.
I know you'll own it. Hey. Hi.
And Roxy Striar.
Hello.
Kisses.
Hello.
Hey, Nicolette. I'm gonna throw my gun at you and walk away.
Very dramatic.
I'm over
We got
this.
bitches being emotional, y'all. Bitches being emotional. Where's Mariah Carey when we need her?
Oh, all right. Okay, Mariah Carey. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about this reunion.
What reunion?
I feel like this was a very
Dumb.
set up, edited reunion.
Keep it real.
Would y'all agree? Kind of that.
It was
I don't know, would you?
strange.
It was set up. It was produced. It was like trying to be actors, and it's like, honey, y'all just need to go back to where y'all came from and just keep on doing what you doing.
And the red
because-
shirts. Can we start at the red shirt?
Okay, that was the only real part of the show. They really had bad style. For a show called The Real World, this was the most produced after show. But they were all friends at the end. It was like crap. And those segments of the direct to cameras.
Oh god.
Like, what are they in a
Wait, they
freaking
look like-
farm? Like, where are y'all at in the middle of nowhere? Like, y'all back in Missouri? Like, we have Naya over here in, like, the Missouri River. Like, we have, like, freaking, like, we have
Where was
Anastasia in the freaking forest or with some, like, damn, like, ferns just, like, ferns just blowing with her hair. Was she blowing? It's like, where is Bird about to go? Is there about to be a tornado up in this bitch?
Okay, and especially
Or where are we? Like,
for a season that we love so much. It was the worst. I can't even respond to what you just said, so I'm gonna move on.
But no, they look like really bad infomercials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
shot
it's
those?
Like, where are you? Like,
Who
I don't
did
know.
that?
Like, I'm Anastasia, and, you know, I'm just so upset. Like,
Wait, start crying.
and it's really
Bring the
windy
tears.
right now. Like, why aren't we in
Why
a
does
normal
somebody bring
studio?
her some tissue?
With her hair just like this.
I mean, I don't know what y'all are doing right
That's
now.
what she was doing.
That got weird. But okay, no, the one-on-ones are really awkward. I don't know. There was something about the way that this was edited, put together. I don't know if it was
Didn't
MTV.
flow at all. I didn't want to talk to any of them after. I was like, I'm glad no one's calling in today. No offense. I just don't want to talk to anybody.
I'm just so confused because how are you going to be in this nice studio set up, looking great and glamorous, and then it goes to your single shots and you look like you just in the
Just
middle
a
of nowhere.
mess.
Like, where is this?
And nobody's doing anything. Did you notice that? Like doing the things. Like no one seems like they're doing it. We're just hanging out with my friends. I'm in my backyard, and we're just like, you know,
Well,
at
no,
this
wait.
table.
Marlon, he's got his music and
Oh,
this
okay.
and-
They all were
Oh,
trying
okay.
to do stuff. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about we'll talk about the where they are nows later. But I'm kind of with nobody was doing anything maybe up to your standards.
Right.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's not even that. It's just the quality, like the quality of the camera. Like, why couldn't they use like a nicer camera?
Or like have a
they're
hair
over
and
here,
makeup
like,
team.
It's literally like they use their
I think they
computers.
shot
No,
it
we
them-
are over here.
I think they did shoot it
and-
themselves. I think they did.
No, they did not. Absolutely not.
Well, that would have been
Naya's
much
just,
better.
Did Naya shoot? Because I mean, Naya's had the worst quality. I felt.
Yeah, I agree.
I felt like she
Really?
shot that. Maybe her friend shot it.
Well, I mean, Well,
I don't
she
think they
shot.
shot
Did you
it.
see
I
that
agree with
close up
her.
of her?
You think
when
that
she's
they
like,
did?
No, I don't agree that they shot it. They definitely had
Maybe just not.
But I think they probably had 2 cameramen come out there maybe for half an hour for each person. I'm not even kidding. Like these kids had no time. We didn't actually see where they are now. We just heard them talk about what they were doing for 2 seconds. Like they literally, this could have been done outside of the studio in the back lot, and we would have no idea.
That's true, actually.
And they put like a little tree there, and they're
At
like,
least
"Oh,
be in
well,
front
you're
of
in
a
the
green
tree."
screen or something.
Yeah.
Like
It was
All
crap.
right.
It was crap.
All right,
Production
so we
wise.
just had to get our frustration out because
Right.
we just
So clearly we didn't like
we
it.
love the show, and every reunion is. I mean, it usually is. I don't know, good,
No,
but
more
no,
real.
I disagree. I feel like the show constantly lets us down for reunions. All the reunions, remember? And we were ripping on Miz. We were ripping every person, like
Miz.
all the time. Now, obviously, we love when Maria does it, but she's not doing them anymore.
no, but okay, and that's what I'm saying. Do we blame it on Coral as far as like
I
the
would-
questioning,
Hi,
getting
Coral.
getting the
didn't wanna
emotion
say
out
it.
of them?
No, I don't blame this on Cole.
Well, all
at
right,
all.
you're crying right now, Anastasia, but I'm gonna interrupt you right now because
No, that-
I really don't care that you're crying right now, and I
That-
think you're really
Nicolette,
dumb.
No,
lot of
that
that's
was
so
editing.
not fair. That was
And Naya,
editing.
you know that I don't like you. All right, well, anyway, so we're just gonna keep on talking. I'm just gonna keep on interrupting on everybody when they try to get really
It
emotional.
was editing. It was editing.
Okay,
But
she's
still.
reading off of a script.
Yeah.
That
Literally,
too.
even the joke she makes at the very top, I'm guarantee it was scripted. She's reading off the screen as it goes by, and knowing Coral, it took her like 15 takes to just get her own fucking name out.
Called out.
So sorry to be blunt there, but we saw her. I mean,
Keeping it real.
It took a million times.
Right.
That being said, this was not Coral's fault. This was editing, and this was the cast.
It was bad editing.
Pull your stuff together, dress appropriately. All you have to do is Google.
They
type
were an
in-
express.
Type into Google what to wear on camera. It will say no red. Okay, couple of the year over here. Both of you in your red. You look like
Right.
one blur blob together.
And then Bird, what were you doing with those shoes?
She's
Bird, you
wearing
know we love
Express.
you. I'm sorry, but it's the shoe.
No, I actually like Bird's outfit. Yeah, the shoes
the
were
cat,
whack.
the kids.
Well,
No,
she got.
thanks.
I
I
feel
just
like
like
she
her
got big
hair.
feet, so
Good
maybe it's
thing
hard to
we're going
find
Oh, you know what? Okay.
shoes.
All right,
like
fine.
that. You know, she may have Paris
I'll take
Hilton.
it back. Does she
so-
got big feet?
I would think so.
No, I thought the person who looked
Who's
absolute
that
best
person
was
on
Jessica.
Sesame Street.
Big Bird.
Jessica
Big
did.
Bird.
I
How are you gonna forget about Big Bird? Jessica looked amazing. I'll give it to her. she
Jessica
looked
did
great.
look good. Jessica did
looked
look
like
good.
Jessica.
She looked better. I think she lost a little weight.
She looked good.
Yeah,
she
she
dressed
kinda
herself
did.
well. Her hair looked good. Her makeup looked good. You gotta give it to her. She
Marlon
looked
didn't
good.
look bad either.
I'm trying to think who looked
Marlon looked
the
good
best.
too. I think
Definitely
Marlon looked
Jessica.
good.
And Marlon looked good
definitely
too.
Jordan.
Jordan and Jordan.
Definitely looked the best.
Looking like
Look at that
Archer.
girl.
All right, well, let's talk about what happened
Archer.
with it. It's the first topic Coral brings up is the whole poop smearing. As we said a couple weeks ago, turd.
I could never
Even
talk about
speaking of that, the order of the episode tonight was weird. Don't you think the poop smear should come
I thought
last?
that was gonna be last.
I feel like they actually chopped everything up and took the ending of when they filmed it and put it
yeah,
at the
the
top.
one
Because that
back.
scene where Bird was crying, then they went to the Jordan thing afterwards, and we'll get into that. But let's talk about
You know what? I'm gonna bring in a caller because you guys are kind of boring me.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I thought we was being funny.
No, you know what? You just need third party perspective.
You sound
That's
like
what you need.
Naya. I'm bored.
I was about to say.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, this is Brian.
What up?
I'm
Hey,
from
Brian.
New York.
Oh, what's up? And why? What's good?
All right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so I was actually at the reunion.
Oh,
Okay, this is
word.
Brian. Brian, what's your Twitter name?
Bus drivers route.
He has a Real World after show too, and you were actually at the reunion. Tell us about that. What was that like?
It was a really cool experience. First of all, they really did chop up the reunion so much than what you got to see because it was actually filmed for like 6 hours. They were there talking for so long, so they really cut it down to a very condensed version of it.
Did they use the
And
Did they use the end of the reunion at the beginning, as far as editing?
no, the first 2 hours. 2 hours they talked about the Nia Avery fight with the turd and all that. They talked about that for 2 hours right at the beginning.
Really? What was the?
That's
Was there any
crazy.
tension as far as Coral and Nia?
There was some between Coral and Nia. And everyone else, like Nia and Avery, were actually pretty cool with each other. They seemed kind of chill. But yeah, Coral and Nia had some fights. Nia wouldn't let Coral get through some of her intros about trying to like make her seem like she wanted to make a big splash in the beginning. She wouldn't let her get through that. She kept interrupting her. So
Oh,
they had some fights.
oh.
Interesting.
What do you mean she wouldn't let her get through it? Interrupting her saying what? Like picking a fight?
Yeah, like when she had one of the transitions lines saying, Nia, when you enter the house, you know you had to make a big splash. And Nia was like, no, that's not true. I didn't enter the house to do anything. I just entered the house. I didn't try to make a big splash or anything. She just kept interrupting her.
She probably was like, yeah.
How did you feel about the whole the Anastasia thing with the whole throwing the gum at Jordan, crying and
what was
breaking
that?
down?
Yeah, what was going on?
She was a beyond mess. Like that happened 4 hours in. I think she cried throughout the entire
That's what I
reunion.
thought.
It was
Really?
It was.
I thought that.
She was. Everyone said she was like so drunk probably throughout the entire show because they had like drinks and stuff before.
Exactly. We
So everyone
said
said she
that.
was just plastered the entire
That's
time.
what I thought.
Brian, I was just about to ask you. It seemed weird because one of her biggest problems this episode was the fact that her boyfriend was on drugs, and I wanted to be like, Anastasia, you're clearly on drugs.
Her
Like,
eyes were closed.
You look like you are either stoned or so drunk. You know, to sit there and cry and complain about that when you look so intoxicated in some way or another.
That was
So
kinda weird.
you think
Yeah.
from being there that she was?
That she was definitely drunk. We all thought she was on drugs too. It seemed like she was just so. She would go through random mood swings where she'd be like really happy, and then she would flip out on everyone, and then she would sulk, and then she'd be really happy. So we all thought she was maybe on drugs, but she was definitely drunk.
Well, yeah, they give them liquor. They try to get them liquored up
Right.
before the reunion.
We couldn't tell from editing whether she was crying the entire time or they were just taking bits of her crying from later and inserting them in earlier pieces. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
No, it was pretty much the entire time.
Okay.
And she flipped out on Jordan so many times throughout the show, which is why it was almost surprising it took her so long before she stormed off. I thought she would storm off much earlier, so eventually she just broke and just did it.
That
But
is just
she
so
was flipping out the
crazy.
entire time.
I mean, like, did they have sex or something?
Right, Brian,
like,
do you
did we miss something?
Do you think they hooked up?
No, she just said like she had a huge crush on him the entire time, and Jordan
That's
had no
scary.
idea about it. Everyone had no idea about it. It came out of left field.
Right, exactly. Like, where does this even come from?
If you like somebody, every time they say anything, you're like super sensitive to it. So that's probably why she was crying.
But like, we
I
didn't even know
guess.
she liked him.
Okay, here's this girl who says that you don't show all your cards as a woman, and then she spills
Exactly.
all her tea on the table and she says, "But I liked you so much, Jordan." Like, isn't that spilling all of your cards?
Yeah. Thank you so much. I said the exact
yeah, I was
same
thinking
thing
that too. When she
during.
said that, I was like,
I mean, as far as Bird goes, I get maybe you got out of a relationship, but I also wonder if it's the producers. Because remember last week with Jordan when he called in, he talked about how the producers were like, if there was a fist fight, you know, we wouldn't exactly send somebody home. And I wonder if this is producers kind of pushing her, because they do this kind of stuff with Bad Girls,
Right.
trying to push her as far
Right.
as, hey, you know, create another storyline. Because really, Jordan, we talked to her and we brought the Jordan situation up. She said, no, we were just friends, never.
oh, interesting.
I don't know.
No, I know. It had nothing. We even asked her about, oh, there's something between you and Jordan, and she didn't even like say anything on it. She was just like, oh no.
Something-
Like, and I was like, where is this even coming from? Like, girl,
Something
you
I think
so pale.
you guys have to think about is the fact that we saw on tonight that both Avery and Naya admitted to the fact that they're modeling, and we know that Bird models too. So 3 of these people are trying to pursue a career in
Good luck.
in the modeling business.
Been there,
so
done it,
they're trying to stay
Brian.
relevant as much as they can. So I feel like you're saying, maybe she was just trying to add a storyline, show emotion. Maybe she's trying to get into acting.
trying to sell her music.
Yeah, trying to sell her music, whatever it is. She's obviously trying to be in the business. So I don't know. I just feel like it
Well,
just
I think
didn't
it's
look totally
dumb.
real. She looked intoxicated. I don't know. There was something going
Brian
on with
was
Bird that we're
off,
not
yeah.
seeing. Yeah,
It
it
was
was
weird.
off.
Brian, watching it back, how did you feel about seeing like the production of it? The one was it?
No, he said Brian.
Brian, Bard, what you no? What was it like watching the one-on-ones? I know you in studio you get to watch them on like a little screen, but what did it? How do you think the production of the actual reunion went?
I thought it was pretty crappy. I thought the set, the budget must have been so low because the set looked really crappy. They
I
were
know,
sitting on these horrible wooden benches. Coral was sitting on this metal chair.
She was wearing
like,
a
That just
terrible
seemed
outfit.
really bad.
With like bikes behind her hanging, like what?
Well,
Yeah,
I get
no
the
one knew what the
Portland
set
thing.
even had anything to do with the show. I think they just probably threw it together like the day before.
Were you guys in New York filming?
Yeah, it was in New York.
When was that?
It was near Times Square.
Oh,
No. When did you guys film?
Oh, it was about 3 weeks ago now, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Which is really interesting to see, because obviously, you know, Bird didn't really fully come out and get into the whole story with Mark, or did she? While you were there watching the whole thing, how much did they edit the whole Bird and Mark story?
I mean, they didn't edit it that much. She basically just said, you know, that he was on drugs and she knew when he was there, and she wouldn't disclose it with anyone. She didn't want that to become part of her storyline, so she tried to hide it as much as possible. And then she would have left just to get more help, but they convinced her to stay. And she said that he's getting help now, that he's doing better now, but she's not really in touch with him.
Well, that's what he said.
What about the Nia and Johnny apologies? To me, that seemed like Coral forced the hell out of that. How long did that go on for, Coral trying to get Nia and Johnny to apologize? And did you feel like the apologies were genuine?
I mean, that was at the end of the discussions. They were talking about that for like 2 hours. So I think they were probably just both fed up with the discussion and probably just caved just to move on. But it did seem like they were both kind of fine with each other. I don't think they like each other at all. Like, I know for a fact they don't like each other. But I think they were just, let's just be done with it just so we can move on with our lives.
What's your overall view of this this season? How do you feel about the cast?
I thought this was the best since the second Vegas season.
Okay.
Honestly, I really did really like it. I felt like it was short, but at the same time, I feel like it really did kind of deliver. The reunion did not for me at all.
No, it was so
No.
weird.
It was just bizarre. Like,
just
I
felt
just
like it was
have
a little
never
set up.
seen a reunion like
No,
this.
they're-
Like, where are we?
They're usually awkward, but this one was just different.
It was
the
not
energy,
natural.
They seemed stiff. It just. I
And
don't know.
Brian, can you speak on that? Was the energy in the room? Did it seem sincere?
Did it seem weird?
Was it maybe that? I don't know, because part of it is kind of the host.
Boring?
I mean, as far as Coral, I know she's new at it, and obviously she will get better if they continue to use her.
I doubt it.
But
They might.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
I actually thought Coral did a decent job of getting them to talk. I just think this is probably the worst chemistry group. I think a lot of people
Yes.
just aren't that close. So
Right.
that's why it wasn't as friendly or even just getting to a lot of fights. I think everyone's just so done with each other that I don't think a lot of them had a lot to do with each other since the season wrapped. So I didn't actually be part of it.
How far into the show did Joy come on?
Literally what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
She was there for like maybe 20 minutes, so
That's what I
at
thought.
the very end.
So like her
She was
episode.
there for basically the same amount of time that Daisy was there for.
Okay.
Daisy.
Yeah, there was no time for her. Like, girl, where do you even come from? We all forgot about you
I
a
know,
long
like,
time ago.
Are you talking about Joy or Daisy?
Yeah.
Joy. I was like, girl, like, we didn't care about why you left. Like, bye.
I like that she admitted though that if she was on the show, it would have been a little
Brady
boring.
Bunch.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
I liked that Daisy had her own little situation
Segment.
before Joy came on the show.
But by liked,
Oh,
you
right.
mean that was ridiculous,
No, it
right?
was absolutely ridiculous.
It
and
was
retarded.
absolutely insane.
Brian, can you tell us anything that you felt like happened in the 6 hours that we didn't see that you were surprised they didn't show us?
I think it was just mainly just how much of a wreck Anastasia was that they didn't really. They just showed like clips and pieces, and they
I feel like they
really
got that
poorly
message
edited the way they put it together. So I just thought getting more of her, just her mental just state was really bad. So I didn't really get a good sense of that. And
We got it.
I mean, everything else, it was kind of not that exciting of a reunion other than Anastasia's few meltdowns and stuff like that. So I think they did a decent job of it, but it's just poorly put together.
Yeah, I wanted
They
to
probably
see
should have
some
did it over
fighting.
2 hours because there's just so much footage.
Well, Brian, before we let you go, I want to know, what are you excited? Obviously, all the trailers for the challenge have come out. What are you excited to see on this upcoming challenge?
I'm very excited that CT and Johnny Bananas back in my life. I miss them dearly, so very happy to have them back.
You and me both.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Brian, are you going to be covering it? Where can everybody find you?
Yeah, go to busdriversroute.com. I'll do interviews throughout the season. I've done interviews with the Real World Portland cast. I'll do more during Rivals too, so check that out.
All right, thanks, Brian, for calling in. And we want to give a shout
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
We want to give a shout out to everybody at home who watches us every single week. Please help us out by going to iTunes and downloading, subscribing to our podcast, The Real World AfterBuzz TV.
You know what? Also, if you want to see our beautiful faces, instead of going to iTunes, you can go to our website now, which is so freaking awesome, and it's all reamped and amazing. So AfterBuzzTV.com. People have been giving their blood, sweat, and tears to get it up, and now it's up. So check it out.
Absolutely. And please also help AfterBuzzTV.com. We give you guys free content every day, but we need some help. And Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, the creators of AfterBuzz TV, have actually created not only this amazing platform, but also a movie called The Adventures of Serial Buddies, which is available on iTunes now. So please make sure you guys check that out as well. Let's talk about this situation. between Coral and Naya. Kind of going through back to the smearing of the situation. I liked how Avery said, you know what, it was what it was. It was a situation. I'm not really upset with her now.
I thought that was really bizarre that they both tried to downplay it so much. I really thought one of them at least, and I thought it was going to be Avery, was going to be like, I hate this girl still, sit away from me. Both of them were kind of cool about it. I was shocked that Avery was that chill.
Yeah, Naya was like that the whole show. She was just like, oh yeah, I did this wrong. And not that I didn't want her to admit that she was wrong, but she was just like kind of like backpedaling the whole time.
They was both going so hard during the episodes. Like, I don't blame them for being chill on the reunion because there's probably a lot of lawsuits coming towards their ass.
But didn't you feel like they both...
So they were sitting there like, I am not going to say one word. I am such a good girl. Like, please don't come after me, all right?
But they spent 12 episodes each trying to be the center of attention, and then it was like nobody wanted the spotlight.
Nobody did.
Yeah, nobody. The whole reunion, nobody like stood out. Well, Anastasia.
Avery. I mean, Anastasia.
Anastasia just looked crazy.
She just looked asleep.
And what's interesting is one thing that she was complaining about on the show is how nobody paid attention to her, or nobody did this, and it was like, well, damn it, everyone done paying attention to you at the reunion.
Tonight, I swear.
I think she hated being clumped in at the end as one of those people that didn't have a storyline, really. It was Marlon, Jessica, and Bird. And she wanted to be like, I'm not with Marlon and Jessica.
Right.
Here I am.
Right.
And they gave them like what, 5 minutes for the whole, like all three of them. The whole episode was about everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, Jessica, you know, like, I cannot believe that Johnny said that about Jessica. Like,
that was mean.
That was really mean. That was actually mean.
I know,
and they
really
ended
mean.
it with that, like, and then she's like, Jessica, how you feel? It's like,
That's definitely...
First of all, skirt.
That definitely has to be part of the reason that Tyler ended things with Jessica. If all the guys in the house are like, break up with this chick, obviously you're gonna end
That
things.
is mean though. She really seemed like a good girl for him.
No, she did.
She was kind of
Well,
she's a little kook, but yeah.
Look, I don't know what that situation is, but at the also she's sitting here kind of making the situation look like, you know, he wanted a real deep relationship, but you know, I'm just not ready. You're not ready for that? Why do you have damn
you was framing every month of the year? Okay,
you got wallpaper.
And then she says, Tyler will even back me up on this. He really liked that. Girl,
like,
no boy likes that.
Right.
No,
Amen.
Not that fast. Not that fast.
Not that fast and not that much. You know, maybe you put one picture of him next to your bed. That's sweet. You put a whole frickin' shrine.
I just think that's
First of all, it's called Facebook and Instagram. I don't know why you going to the place and printing out photos. Okay, like, first of all, I'm not trying to pay no money to be printing out all these photos, and then they're gonna last what, a week maybe if that, and then I'm gonna throw them all in trash. It's called Instagram and Facebook. You can click and delete.
It comes down to this. It's very simple. Do less. Period. Like do less.
Well. Yeah, she did a lot of work. She could have done.
As you guys say, she's doing the most.
All right, well, no, let's talk about doing the most. Marlon decides to, can we all come out and say he's bisexual?
Yes, he did say he was bisexual. That's
Wait, okay. I wrote down the exact sentence because
he was going around the bisexual button, but he needs to just press it.
He said, I can't say I would never be with a guy again, but it's not something I'm necessarily looking for.
If that's not like the most politician answer, it's like, so what?
So basically,
you are.
You're trying to tell us you are, but you don't really want to go there.
I'll take gay for 400.
Okay. No, I honestly think if you look back to Frank and a couple years ago, he went through the exact same thing where he's like, I'm not saying that I'm only like men, but I would sleep with a man, but I also would sleep with a woman. Now I think he's full blown out of the closet. Maybe he would still say he's bisexual, but I just think like maybe this is a transition period, or maybe he's actually bi.
I could see. I mean,
and maybe Marlon did that too because he knows some other stuff might be coming out soon. So maybe he was like,
I just think Marlon should have just owned up to it. Like, I feel like he's just like, I thought Joy was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't believe you.
And
we don't.
No, I don't not believe him. I believe him. I do think he's I don't think he's not attracted to women.
It just didn't came natural. He was like, she was still in the house. I would still be crushing on you, girl.
Okay, but you think of it this way. Like you're saying, okay, Drea, like you're saying,
awkward.
You know that he hooks up with somebody on the challenge. We've already heard that underground.
Well, we don't know if
so.
I don't know
So
if it's true.
yeah, but we think that he hooks up with somebody on the challenge. So if that is true, what's he gonna do? Go on the real world and say, I would never hook up with another guy.
That's why he said what
then
he
he would
said.
look like an idiot. So he said what he said. But I do think that he is attracted to females also. Because like he's saying, I don't think he has anything to prove. I don't think he's trying to prove anything to anybody. I just think he doesn't know right now.
I don't either.
I think he's either
Dad.
unsure.
Yeah, I think it's
It's because of his dad. That's
You
what. And then
think?
it was so confusing because he was like, "I'm not trying to impress my dad. Nothing's for my dad." But you were like on the show crying and praying on the ground because your dad.
And you told us that like you. Okay,
Yeah, that was confusing.
I
Make
don't
up your
s-
mind.
I-
Guys, I'm gonna have the steamer weigh in on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Steamer, you are on the line.
What's going on, guys?
What's
All right,
Steamer,
Steamer.
we miss you.
Yes, I'm so excited. Steamer's coming to LA, so that's gonna be so exciting.
Are we doing the big reveal?
We are.
Whoa.
Well, we'll see how Steamer feels about it. All right, Steamer, where were you with this reunion? What did you? I mean, did you love it? What did you think of it?
No, I agree with you guys. It sucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
This was
thank
like
gosh.
the first reunion they've had in a while, and I put a lot of that on Coral. I thought she was awful.
See?
She
Starts
was
with
just
her.
like stiff. She like tried to make it about herself with like Naya. She's like, reunion rivals 3, me and you, Naya.
Yeah.
No, like
Little
you
quick
suck.
plug.
You shouldn't be back on the show at all.
Steamer,
Right, like you desperate.
I'm so glad you said that because literally when she said that, I was like, why is she trying to plug herself into Rivals 3? Like, your time's over, girl. Like, what
Let
are you
her
doing?
go.
Been done, like done. That's why you're hosting this show.
Yeah, she's done. The last time she was on, she quit. She like tapped out because she didn't have her alliance. So she's like, I'm quitting. Like, no, screw you. You should have stuck it out then. You can't
Right.
just come crawling back now because you want
Right.
attention. Screw you. You shouldn't even be hosting the show.
Steamer, what did you think as far as the whole Bird and Jordan love romance crying situation?
It was ridiculous. Like, Bird was just pathetic. It was like, you just felt sorry for her because, like, it was obvious she was trying to get attention for herself. Like, I liked him the whole time. No, screw you. You should have said this crap when you're on the show. Don't go like, oh, crap, I wasn't edited right. I want to get some attention myself in the reunion. No. You sucked the whole season. Just own up to it and move on with your life.
All right.
Whoa.
Steamer, I don't know you, but I like you already.
Steamer just steamrolled the bar.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that was really. Now, obviously, we know how you feel about Naya and Jordan. What was your take on them tonight?
Like, Naya, like, I hated the whole season, but, like, I thought in the fight, I would have done the same thing she did. Like, I would have went after Johnny as well. Maybe I wouldn't have used the hairdryer, but when someone throws, like, snot at me or something like that, no, screw
forget it.
you, I'll go after you. But other than that, like, when she attacked Avery, that's when she lost all points again with me. And, like, the whole thing with Jordan, like, I don't know. She seems phony. She seems phony from the start. She seems phony now. She's going to seem phony when she's back on the challenge. She's always going to be phony because that's what she is. She's a phony bitch.
After watching tonight, then, who do you think that you actually still like on the show, and who do you think's the realest of them all?
The realest.
The
mirror,
realest.
mirror. Steamer on the wall.
I have to agree with you guys. It's Jordan. I didn't like him to start, and even like though like his storyline just like ended abruptly. Like you don't see why Johnny started liking him or anyone started liking him. It just sort of like happened. But out of all of them, I think he's the best one there.
That's right.
Team Jordan. All right.
Jordan.
And then you know,
like Daisy, the dog.
obviously you said I like that you caught the whole Coral versus Naya situation. Do you think that Coral, I don't know, should a host of that type of reunion be kind of aiming for someone or the way she did it, Naya?
You mean
No, like that's the problem they have. They always bring back like the people. Like they had the Miz on. He was doing his whole shtick. And they had Mark on. Mark was like the best one they've had of the past host because he doesn't really make it about himself. But like the Miz and Coral, they're both trying to get the characters out there, trying to be something they're not. Like when you have a host like Maria, she's just hosting the show for them. She's not like trying to promote her own agenda.
Right.
And that's what it should be. It shouldn't be about the freaking host. It should be about the people we watch for the past 12 weeks or whatever the hell it's been.
Right.
And that's where Coral was wrong. She just like keeps promoting herself. No, screw you. Let's talk about these kids.
Yeah, she was like the original bad bitch. Like, okay, yeah, original. OG. Like,
which
long time
means-
ago, which means you're irrelevant and you ain't a bad bitch no more. Have you seen yourself in the mirror?
Okay, going back for a second.
God.
Speaking of Mark, just to get you guys a little excited as a plug, I know that we're having him in for at least a couple episodes of the challenge to host with us and talk to us about what's going on and give us the behind the scenes stuff. So just to get you guys all excited.
That'll be exciting. Nia versus Jordan. I mean, I think we've heard it here at AfterBuzz so many times when Nia calls in, Jordan comes in. Steamer, where do you stand as far as that? I mean, even tonight, you know, Nia admitted to.
She admitted a lot tonight.
She did. I was actually impressed by a lot of the stuff that she said.
Good thing, girl. Keep the list coming.
I
know, but she needed to.
But she did. I know.
You didn't?
Needed to.
I didn't know if it was. It didn't feel genuine to me.
No.
Steamer, what do you think?
Nah, she seemed fake and put upon the whole time. Just like the whole thing with Johnny. It just didn't seem true and accurate.
Yeah, she kind of felt like she was like forcing herself to like really like make up for everything.
She probably
everything
got
she's done.
so much hate mail and so many negative tweets and so many negative comments. She's writing a book that she wants to sell right now, you know? Like her life is going to be based off of what she can do with this name now and what she can sell. She's got to stop making enemies, and she knows that because she's smart. As much as we might like have one opinion or another, everybody knows she's a smart girl.
Right.
But I think it kind of works to her advantage. I mean, she got the term of the bad girl on The Real World. And, you know, one thing that I keep reading in a lot of the comments is that a lot of people feel like, that she shouldn't have been put in the house because of her attitude and violent temper. But at the end of the day, it's the real world. These are people, you deal with all these different types of personalities. So I'm glad that we finally got someone in there who was a firebomb, and just to see how what everyone's reaction is, because we deal with that kind of person every day.
It would have been vanilla the whole time if Joy was there. They'd have been like asleep.
Well, and I want to know
Joy
why.
on his stage would probably just be like,
Oh my God.
Let's make slushies.
Can we do a quick couple minutes on where these people are now?
Go ahead.
I don't even have anything to say about it. I'm just going to throw it out there and see what you guys have to say.
But at least something about that. At least Nia is moving forward.
But we'll get to her. We're starting with Bird.
We're going to start with Bird.
Start with Bird, who is singing. You say you've heard the song, Jesse. Talk to me about that.
Everything you'd hope for.
And if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So we're going to move on to the next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, bye.
There we go. Jordan, he did the challenge, and now he's doing construction back in Oklahoma for his dad.
that's cute. I'm with it.
Yeah, and
I like that.
I couldn't know
No, I really
Jordan's
liked
curl
it.
in
I
the
loved
front
his
of his...
Elvis curl.
I liked his story.
when he talked to us last week about the fact that he doesn't even watch the show that he's on, I was like, this guy is down to earth. Like, honestly, I believed him when he said that. Doing construction, still doing the same thing. Moved back home. It's not like, he's not trying to model, not trying to do anything.
Right.
On the challenge because he likes competition.
And he
That's my opinion on
genuinely
that.
does, yeah.
And he genuinely knows it's just the real world, and you really ain't going nowhere.
Right.
He's like, I'm going right back home.
Okay. So moving on to Avery, who moved to Massachusetts with Johnny. She's living with him and works at Bar Louie, which I looked up, and it's a bar in Foxborough, so it's a Patriots Place bar.
All right.
So I'm sure she's making a lot of money. She's a cute little girl and making them tips.
She's happy.
Yay.
Yay, good for her. Love it.
You know, I
Oh
just
my God.
wanted to like get into modeling, and I was just like, why not just send out some photos? Why not, girl?
And
Use
something
those
in me
Hooters
just
ones.
opened
Okay,
up.
they were
this
everything.
is something
She's
that really
pretty,
pisses
though.
me
No,
off.
I know. I just said she was
No.
everything.
This is something that really pisses
I really
me
like
off.
her photos.
And maybe you can comment as a model. Does it bother you ever when people just like one day are like, maybe I'll just start modeling, as if it's no big deal, as if acting, modeling, whatever, they just like modeling, they pick it up, and then it's like, you know what? It's actually. She's like, maybe I'll put some photos together and send it out. If this is what you want to do with your life, then say, I want to be a model. I'm gonna work my butt off. Don't just say like casually, maybe I'll do this and send some things this
Well,
way.
something in her
It's-
opens up.
I mean, you can say it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, it's maybe what I want to do, but if she's going to pursue it, well, then I guess we'll find out later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody, I mean, even when I started, too, I was like, I want to be a model. And it was like, okay, Nicolette, you say that, so now you have to go and prove it and show. So she over here saying, I want to do it, you know what I'm saying? She's not like, I'm the fiercest model ever. Like, if she would have said that, I'd be like, oh, no, girl, you need to sit down. Do you see all these other models? Girl, bye, you only Hooters. Stay there.
Steamer, what do you think about Avery moving back with Johnny so quickly and giving Daisy to Johnny and that whole thing? Any thoughts on that?
Seemed needy, and just I don't know, just seemed kind of off-putting, like that she would do that so soon. But hey, hope it works for him.
Right.
What I didn't like was like the little thing they did for Daisy. That whole thing gave me tremendous chills.
We all looked at each other like we were so uncomfortable. I just wanted it all to stop.
And now we're just one big happy family.
It's like, what?
Like, oh my, what?
Okay, before we get to Daisy, though, we
Well, wait,
saw...
I want to say one thing about the Avery situation, though. I think
do
it's
it.
interesting that when Nia called in, she spoke about how Avery bounces from a male's house to a male's house, a boyfriend's house
She
to a
called her a
boyfriend's house.
nomad.
Yeah, And so, I don't know, I think maybe we're seeing that here. I mean, I don't know, do you guys really sense their chemistry as far as a relationship?
I don't know. I'm mixed about it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe they really are. Then other times I'm like, Avery just may be jumping around because she doesn't seem to have any connection to like her family. She can just go anywhere. So they can just be
weren't on the
This was
challenge.
them the whole time.
Yeah, they did
We're
not
wearing
like
red together.
We're wearing red.
I think that she.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
wearing
you know, like
black.
we're really fine and everything is perfect.
I think that she's really good looking, and
Hi,
he's
Jenny.
probably like really into her looks, and she doesn't really disagree with him much. And she's living in a state now where she has no friends, and she just moved there for him. So what are they gonna fight about?
Right. At the end of the day, I
Like,
mean,
what do they
he's
have?
gonna. He said he's a mama's boy. He wants to go
happy
back
to
to
be.
school.
Yeah.
He wants to become a firefighter.
We're getting to
Perfect little
him.
couple. All right.
Yeah.
She's a
At the
model.
end of
He's a
the day.
firefighter. Great.
Okay, wait, can we move on
Okay,
to
well.
Naya and what she's doing?
Go ahead.
She's waking up at 1 p.m. She hangs out with her friends. She's finishing her book, and she's working on the booty belt.
How about that?
Hey.
That's right, I said it. Live the life you wish you had. Sugar, spice, and everything. But you're bad, girl. Let's tough. Don't you wish you could grow it up?
Make sure you guys check out AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club after show every
Okay.
Tuesday at 8 p.m. at 7 p.m. Thank you.
You're so cool.
I like the way
Okay.
they had Nye on the computer. Like they had, like, can you just sit down and type something?
Literally, I was picturing them saying that at that time. But actually, I kind of want that booty belt, especially if it lifts my booty, dude.
Don't play.
Okay.
Hit that booty, dude.
But I
Get that
gotta,
booty,
out of all of them, I kind of see Naya pushing herself the most. I mean, she really,
I do.
you know,
'Cause she's
kind of.
smart.
She had a vision. She obviously had a plan before she went in. You know.
Okay.
But I mean, not everyone has to go. That goes on the Real World is even looking for. They just want the experience.
But it'll be
Right.
good for Nye. People like a villain. They don't care that she's like a bad girl. They'll still
Right.
buy her book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I was saying before, she's got to start making friends, but yeah, I guess
Yeah.
enemies buy books
I don't
too.
know. Reputation is a big thing, but the fact that it is on the Real World and the fact that it's edited a lot, but there was some true things. So I just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But she'll
Like-
also be remembered in Real World history.
Yes,
right.
she will.
Sure, for
Yes, she will.
sure.
Honey, you got legendary status this year.
Yes.
Out with a bang for sure.
Yes.
Okay, then we moved on to Marlon, who's working on his clothing line, which he told us about, and still his music, which we know features Bird and Jessica.
Well, I'm sure that song is not good.
No, let's give some love. Maybe it is. Benefit of the doubt, maybe. I actually
Steamer.
liked his song about the dad.
I did like
Oh, I
that.
did
like
know.
the song.
I
I
did.
did like
I know. I'm
that.
talking about Anastasia though.
Oh.
Steamer, where do you stand as far as Marlon with the season in general?
Sorry.
Keep it real.
I want to like him, like some of the stuff he did, and like he seemed like a stand-up guy. But at the end of the day, he just seemed kind of bland to me. Like he didn't stand up for Johnny and Avery at the end. You're just kind of there.
Well, he always preaches that he's open and honest and doesn't have anything to hide. But the one thing that everyone kept saying about him was that he was guarded.
Yeah, he's like, I have no filter. It's like, I don't know.
Everyone's kind of saying the opposite.
Wait, speaking of that, though, you're saying that he didn't stand up for anybody, but then
He
at the
stood up for
end, he was
Naya.
the one person who flipped and said that Naya should have been gone.
Yeah.
So that was
really
bizarre.
interesting.
Yeah, after you saw it on TV.
Right.
Exactly.
Too little, too late. Kind of like, what the hell was that? Everybody else stuck to their guns, and he just completely flip-flopped on that after he saw
Well, he
it.
had a business deal during that time. He had to go meet.
Right.
Right.
Because he's a businessman.
Steamer, do you
She just
think?
had to go around the block. Like.
Do you think Naya should have been kicked out the house?
I don't know. Like it seemed like the season was cut short, so I don't think I booted
It
out early anyway, and they just had to wrap it up.
Exactly.
But I think she should have gone. Yeah, like you shouldn't be slapping someone upside the head like that and just
Right.
threatening them when you're sleeping. I'm going to hit you. Like at some point, you just have to say enough. Get the hell out of here, bitch.
I think production should have sent Naya and Avery home.
Yeah.
Both of them. They both were, there were
It would
low
have worked
lows.
too.
Yeah, but then it would have been
Then that's
real
prob-
boring in that
Right.
house.
Well, and that's probably why they ended it really early. All right, you know what? We don't want nobody to get killed up in here, so we're gonna just end it right now.
Right. Right. Okay, and then the last person we
Just go home while you're at it.
Yeah.
the last person we see is Johnny. Like we said, he's cooking. He's mama's boy. He's like there was a good 5 minutes about his little brother Tim, which was actually kind of endearing. But like, why was he there?
Seriously.
And then there was the weirdest
Like,
part.
what?
There was the weirdest part about the whole thing. And then he ends it saying, "I want to be an athletic trainer and firefighter."
Yeah.
Johnny, where did that come from? I didn't hear you say one thing about that.
Don't you need to
being-
pick one of them?
I thought he
old
wanted
is
to be
he?
a chef.
I think he's
During the show.
20,
And aren't you a
22.
chef?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we just
Yeah,
wish
figure
them.
it
We wish
out.
them all
Yeah,
the
we
best.
do wish them all
Of
the
course, it's
best.
just
And no matter
bizarre.
what, it's just our opinions. You know what I'm saying? Do what
Yeah.
you
Right. I'll
do.
love
We
it,
all
man.
on our grind. You feel me?
On that note, let's head to predictions.
Every day I'm hustling.
Hustling.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
All right,
I
so
know.
we're gonna be gone, but we will be back Wednesday, July 10th. Here at
the
AfterBuzz for
challenge.
yes, MTV's The Challenge.
And
Rivals.
Steamer
Y'all
will
ain't
be
ready.
calling in
All right.
and
Y'all
making
ain't
an
ready.
appearance, right, Steamer?
Yep. Steamer,
What was that?
you're gonna come into LA for the challenge, right?
No, I'm coming in next week. So like,
Oh,
they're supposed to do it. They're supposed to start next week, but they pushed it back to the 10th. So
Well,
they're screwing me over once again.
Well, we'll pre-record some little
Oh, for sure.
thing for you guys for the challenge. All right, so the challenge looks really good. Obviously, we've heard some business going around about what's about to happen. They go to Thailand. I mean, we got birds slapping CT and people, run around acting crazy.
From this season, it's Marlon, Jordan, Jess, and Bird.
Yep.
Why
That are
not
gonna be-
Naya? I'm pissed. Sorry.
Because I'm sure they asked her, and I'm sure she turned it down.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably did say no.
You really think they asked Jessica over Naya?
Touche. Touche.
And
No,
Jessica,
what?
I can only imagine. I want to go home. Oh my God, this is so horrible.
She said my makeup
He
was all
doesn't
down my
like me.
face. Obviously, have you ever watched?
Anisha versus Trishelle looked pretty good. Tons
yes.
of hooking up. Marlon said he murked the challenge.
What was that? Is that?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
what
what-
okay.
the reference.
No, he just got Mert, and she said in English, please, Marlon. Like, what?
I don't know.
English,
I
please.
was like, I know I'm not
Murked,
that hip,
like
but I
he
but I heard
murdered the
that.
challenge.
No, it sounded like M-E-R-K, Merc.
Marked, but
Yeah,
it means like
something.
marking. Like,
Oh,
I marked you.
another pop culture reference
Yes.
that went over my
See,
head.
that one went over mine too. Damn.
So it's
Gina.
going to be
That's my
very
girl.
interesting. I heard that there's going to be some drama from past rivals is going to continue on to this season.
right.
I don't want to say too much without giving anything away.
As it always does.
But yes, please make sure you guys join us July 10th. We'll be live here 8 p.m. Pacific Coast. You guys can keep the conversation going. If you guys get any hints towards the new season, please hit us up on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV, on Facebook, Instagram. Also, you can keep the conversation going with us. You can follow me at DJ Jesse J.
At Sensei_DRC.
Drea Renee _N.
At Roxy Striar.
Until July 10th. Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye, Felicia.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.